can you hear me all right? Let me know. I always like to check that. I don't want to go off and start ranting if people cannot hear me. Bring up my video here so I can follow the live chat, see what everybody's talking about. I hope you guys are all doing good, by the way, and please do check in the comments and let me know where you're checking in from, and say hi. Daniel Molenda, what up? What's up, man? Where are you checking in from? Daniel, let me know. By the way, I do have a subscriber only mode set up for the chat. So if you're trying to figure out why you can't comment, then that's because you're not subscribed. Subscribe, man, come on. Andrew Rooney Drums, get on it. From the United States, whereabouts in the States, man? Which state, which city? Charles, hello, Peter, hi. So these live chats, I am trying to get back on them as a regular thing. And I'm not sure. Charles in Osaka. I'm hoping to go to Osaka in October, believe it or not. Might be heading over there. We shall see. Yes, so these live chats, I really do think it adds something to the channel, although my live chats are not great quality, or they're not anything spectacular probably to look at. It's just good to connect, and I like checking in on the messages, seeing where people are from, see what people want to talk about. In terms of themes, I like to leave them open, just so you guys can sort of dictate where this goes, and hopefully that's interesting. I mean, Daniel in California. I love California, man. I cannot wait to go back to California. Had the best summer of my life in California. Cheers, by the way. I'm drinking espresso. You might be wondering where this thing is. Well, I've got to admit, I'm on the espresso today. It is midday, and I need a double shot. So cheers. Such a good community we've got here, isn't it? Like, everybody is just so damn nice, and such music lovers. It's just amazing. Right, what else we got? Southern California, but sitting in Lani Kai Oahu. I am not jealous at all. It was hailing here yesterday. It hailed about 4 times. I was teaching at a school, and man, the rain, the wind, it was coming in sideways, and just hail, just hammering the walls. It was crazy. Roger Caruso, what's up, my drummer friend? I'm from Jersey. That's a place I have not been. Andrew, hello from Ontario. Florida, look at this. This is just so good. So yeah, as I say, this is just an opportunity just to talk to you guys, to possibly answer questions directly. I know what it's like if you're following, subscribe to someone, and it can feel like you're just talking to a brick wall if they don't respond. Obviously, I don't have a team. This is just me. So I do my best, and I guess if people do have a question, they can hit me on here now, or just say hello, and that's fine as well. And we can share a coffee, and we can just talk about drums. It was, I'll drive around, dropping my boy off at school or picking him up, or it's often when I'm driving or out going for a walk or a jog or something, where I sort of, I don't know, I get into the zone of thinking about stuff. And I don't know, does it ever occur to you guys how phenomenal the drummers on this channel are? I'm not talking about me. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about the drummers that I feature, that you guys feature, that you guys ask to see. Does it ever occur to you how freakishly good they are? I mean, obviously everybody's got their favorites. You know, you might be a Neil Peart guy, you might be a John Bonham guy or gal, and you might be into your hip hop or jazz or whatever. It's just, it's crazy. It's crazy. And then you start, I guess, trying to say, oh, you know, what was the best video of the year, or best drummer I saw this year, or, I mean, you're really talking, it's Top Gun. It's Top Gun for drummers. It's just freakish, you know. I'll be out and about and just thinking of videos and just thinking, that guy or that girl, and thinking back to a video that I've watched and just, is that just me? Is it just me? Or are you guys like that as well, where you're just like, I cannot even believe a human being is doing this. I don't know. I'll just put it out there. Larry Lucas, Buddy Rich was pretty good. He was all right. But Buddy Rich, he was all right. I guess, you know, he's gonna go places, I think. Andrew's saying all the time, I think, to my weird rant about, the drummers on here are good. Yeah, we know that. But I mean, there's a lot of drummers around. A lot of people own a drum kit. And then there's just these freaks. Alistipario Siberiano, or Yoyoka, or whoever it is. Bill Ward. Who just brought up Bill Ward? My God. Casey McIntyre. Bill Ward was God. Good? God? Either will do. Yeah. And it's just so good. I mean, I did not know about Bill Ward at all. At all. And, oh man. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. And always with these groups, you know, I missed the whole classic rock thing. Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin, The Who, Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath, are we calling them classic rock? I don't know. I missed that whole thing. And then when you listen to it, and there's a good saying, I don't want to misquote anybody, but there's a good saying that, you know, a drummer, a band is only as good as its drummer, right? There's different ways of doing this saying, but basically, if you don't have a good drummer, you're beeped. And because no one can shine, you're laying down the foundation. You can't play good time. You can't comp, you can't play in the moment and make other people sound good. You're never going to get hired. No one's going to buy the record. It's just not going to work. So, yeah, point being, you do listen to these classic bands that have huge followings and you go, oh, right. That's why. That is why. Because the drumming is good. Oh, but what about Ringo? Ringo, let's not go there today, but he is amazing. Beatles are not selling that many albums if they've got a dud drummer. Trust me. Back to the comments. Why am I getting so fired up? I need some more coffee. Manuel Mendoza. Andrew, big fan from Mexico here. Have been enjoying your channel a lot. Love the reactions. Would love to see you react to the new Matt Halpern playthrough soon. Cheers, mate. Now, how do you know about Mate? You're from Mexico. You don't know about Mate, do you? Do you guys know about Mate? That's a New Zealand thing, isn't it? That's actually how we talk, by the way. The way I talk to you guys, I try and talk to you guys so you will understand me. But actually, we talk like this. Murray, present. Jermaine, present. That was a little bit camp. That was like a little bit camp Kiwi. What am I looking for? Matt Halpern. What have I done of Matt Halpern so far? Let's have a look here. There you go. Matt Halpern. Phenomenal drummer. Absolutely phenomenal drummer that I'd kind of forgotten about. This is exactly what I mean. It's scary. It is scary how many crazy drummers are out there. So far I've done Matt Halpern, Satellites, Garden in the Bones, 22 Faces, Ragnarok, Loon. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Matt Halpern. So hopefully you have seen those, and I hope to get to the one that you wanted. Nick Mason. Oh, we've got a bit of Nick Mason love from Pink Floyd happening here. Fantagor. Checking in from the burbs of Chicago. Proud owner of Drummer earplugs for over 20 years. Drums? Not one. Oh, what do you use the earplugs for? Hopefully that's not a, that's what she said coming up. What is this here? Roger Caruso. I visited my safety deposit box. I don't even know what that is. Yesterday. That's where I keep all the bodies. No, just kidding, Roger. Just kidding, Roger. That's where I keep all the stuff I collected from bands I've worked for or saw. My favorite is my Bonzo set of sticks. You kidding me, Roger? What was your role with these groups? Enlighten us. I'd love to know more. All right, what do we got here? And again, apologies if I do miss your comment. Do my best to keep up with these on the live chats. John Crocker. My favorite bands have always been three-piece band. Everybody's got to pull their load. That's what she said. That's childish. That is. It's not on. I'll start again. That's what she said. My favorite bands have always been three-piece bands. Everybody's got to pull their load. Can I get through this comment? And one of my favorite bands of all time, which had a phenomenal drummer, is the band Grand Funk. Grand Funk. Is that the same as Grand Funk Railroad? Where am I getting Grand Funk Railroad? You don't want to say Grand Funk Railroad too many times, or you might get flagged on YouTube for saying something you shouldn't have. Grand Railroad. Grand Funk Railroad, isn't it? So I'm assuming that's just what the fans call that group to make it a bit easier to say. Don Brewer. Have I done any Grand Funk? Have I done any Grand Funk Railroad? I think I've done one. Hold on, let's have a look. There's nothing more annoying than someone typing in a video or typing in a podcast. Oh my God. Okay, I have done a Yoyoka cover of We're an American Band. That was a while ago. That was 2 years ago. Yeah, typing, right? Typing from when you're trying to watch a video, or I personally listen to a podcast, it drives me crazy, and it happens in so many podcasts. I'm a big podcast guy, and hearing people, talking is like, yeah, man. So I had waffles for breakfast, and then hold on, I'm just gonna look it up right now. Oh my God, it drives me mad. Back to the chat. Manuel Mendoza. The new one from Matt Halpern is called Dracul Grass. Okay, I hope to get to it. Daniel Molenda. So wondering, do you like the band Dream Theater? I don't know a lot about Dream Theater, other than Portnoy. Mangini was in there for a while, wasn't he? I know they had an epic, what do I know about them? They had that epic drummer audition thing that went pretty viral. I have never seen it. I've stayed away from it on purpose to hopefully do a video on it on the channel. But a lot of friends have talked about that Dream Theater audition stuff, and some of the players that auditioned, and just seeing those phenomenal players, some of them probably out of their element a little bit, and how they deal with a audition situation is probably very, very interesting. Gregory Huffman. Got to see some live Don Brewer. Yes, okay, yeah, this group has popped up many a time. in the comments. So I do need to get onto that. Cheers, by the way. Espresso, not out of my normal merch cup, but you got to drink espresso that way. Yeah, I mean, there's just so many people, so many drummers, so many bands that I need to check out, right? It's pretty daunting. That's good. I mean, you're never going to run out of content. You're never going to run out of people. Did anybody catch the Dave Abruzzese reaction during the week? That was I guess, a unusually personal one for me. It was a request too. It wasn't my pick to put out. Someone requested it. I shouldn't say someone. I should say the person's name. But there's been that many conversations lately. I can't, off the top of my head, remember who it was. But anyway, hopefully you saw that video. Dave Abruzzese, man, one of my idols. You know, one of these people that you watch and you just think, man, I would love to sound like that. I would love to sound like that. Not playing anything complicated, you know, nothing technically mad or, you know, it's just that feel. And he was just so kind to leave a detailed comment. If you haven't seen the video, check it out and have a look in the comment section. Left a detailed comment that I've pinned, answering some of the questions I had in the video, along the lines of, what were your influences? How do you play like this? Are you single? Just question. And he answered them all. It was just so good of him to go in there and just, oh my God, just in love with his drumming. And he's not an old man, he's an older gentleman now. He's older obviously than he was in Pearl Jam. And man, still got that fire, that absolute fire. Right, Robert McCambridge drums. Hey Andrew, do you have a favorite Big Day Out festival you attended before they ended it? Robert, this is going to break your heart. I never went to a Big Day Out. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. Probably couldn't afford it, man, to be honest. I don't know what. I had friends who went to Big Day Outs. I don't know why. I just didn't go to a Big Day Out. Is Big Day Out a thing around the world? Do we need to explain what a Big Day Out is, Robert? You can let people know in the comments, in the chat. Big Day Out was essentially, where was it? In 5 Australian cities. Oh, what? The Big Day Out was an annual music festival that was held in 5 Australian cities. Sydney, Melbourne, Gold Coast, Adelaide and Perth, as well as Auckland, New Zealand. Oh, thank you for that. As well as... yeah, it was a big thing. Had groups like Rage Against the Machine, I remember headlining, Soundgarden, Darkness. There were some iconic performances. I think Marilyn Manson was there one year and that was really big. There were some really iconic performances, I remember. I do remember the Darkness being one performance that like everybody was buzzing about. Like that was just seriously like amazing, amongst many others. But yeah, no, I never went to it. Eric Limeback, hello from Vermont. Love you, Andrew. Love you too, Eric. Welcome to the live video, man. And welcome to all of you. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. And because I know if you are taking part in the chat that you're a subscriber. So honestly, thank you so much. as I said at the start of the video, it's hard to know sort of how to pitch these live videos, because if I come in with a theme, like let's talk about Dave Abruzzese from Pearl Jam, because that was a video that really grabbed me during the week, then it sort of negates the chat. And then of the people that can tune in at this particular time that I can do the video, only a small portion of them are probably going to be really big Pearl Jam fans, and it's just, I don't know. It's easier just to leave it open, talk to you guys, read the comments. Daniel Melinda, what do you think of the new drummer for Foo Fighters? Josh Freese, man. I agree with what Robert McCambridge Drums said right after you. Josh Freese is a living legend. He is one of the best, and I've done a couple of videos on Josh Freese at this point. I mean, he's a freak. He is a freak. He is the modern rock version of Hal Blaine from the Wrecking Crew. Totally different type of drummer. This is the kind of comment that will get taken out of context and people say, oh, Andrew thinks that Hal Blaine is like Josh Freese. No, he is the modern pop rock version of Hal Blaine, churning out song after song after song. You want to start talking about best drummers? Let's have a look at Josh Freese, All Music. Just Google Josh Freese All Music. Click on his All Music link, songs. Does it have the amount? Oh, discography perhaps. Why doesn't it have? Oh no, credits. Okay, you ready for this? Album credits, Josh Freese, 776. Some of us would be lucky if we're on an album or two in our live. 776 albums. That tells you that he is someone who people want, obviously, on their record. Then you start asking the question, why? Why does everybody want Josh Freese on their record? To put it really simply and without getting technical into, what he can do and what he can't do, he makes the music sound good. He makes other people sound good, and that's what you want in a sideman and an ensemble player. If you're recording an album, if you're a singer guitarist and you're recording an album and you're putting together your A team, because you want this album obviously to be really good and to represent you and to get your vision out and to hopefully sell some music, you need it to be good, right? You need it to be on point. So who do you go to? Josh Freese. Or someone like Josh Freese. Because the drummer, as we know, can make or break the band. Bad drummer, bad band. That's my spiel on Josh Freese. What else we got here? Eric Lineback, the Mars Volta question mark. Hey, now we're talking. Have I done anything from the Mars Volta? Another group, I don't know much about the Mars Volta other than they're highly regarded. Okay, Thomas Pridgeon was the drummer for a while. I have done a video on Thomas Pridgeon, Zildjian Live. Who was their other drummer? I might have done a video on their other drummer. But anyway, good call. That would be a good one to get into. Daniel Melinda again. What do you think of the drummer Danny Carey from Tool? Phenomenal. My biggest video, the biggest video I have on the channel is of Danny Carey killing it on Numa. And I've done a bunch of other Danny Carey videos also, so please do check them out and you will see what I think of Danny Carey. Danny Carey is one of these unusual drummers where, I guess it's the band as well, they're just quite unique. They're just quite an unusual band. Even more than being unusual and having unusual content within musical sort of content in the songs, the weird thing for me with Tool is that they're popular. There's a real skill in being that weird, and like you've seen the music videos, right? And a drummer who's playing that much crazy stuff, but it still works and it's still musical and it's still popular. It's still got like a real following. I was going to say cult following, but it's more than a cult following. It's just it's a following. It's a big band. One thing to do complex music that's very hard to get your teeth into, and I just like, oh, okay, I don't really understand that. Whole other thing to have a complex band where you're really utilizing the band members' strengths and it sounds good and people really, really dig it. Just such an impressive group. Right, what have we got? Tony Cosoletto. Hi, Tony from Canada. More particularly St. Catharines, Ontario. Neil Peart's birthplace and hometown. Is that right? Armando the Wanderer. I'm a big fan of the drummer from Faith Plus One. I believe his name is Perez. Oh yes, Faith Plus One. What a group. Tremendous group. Tremendous. Tony Cosoletto again. Have you ever done anything on Simon Phillips? Yes, I did one just last week, I think. Comments like this always get me wondering if everybody is subscribed and has hit the notification bell so they can actually get told when something comes out that they might like. I have done 3 videos on Simon Phillips. I've just Googled it. Of course, you could go to my channel and go into the search bar and just type in Simon Phillips and you'll see. I did Protocol for Pentangle live session. That was scary. I did 801 live. That was just 7 days ago. A song called Tomorrow Never Knows. It was a Beatles cover, I think. And then I did his infamous, or very famous at least, drum clinic in Dallas, 1985. That was 2 weeks ago. So get on those, man. Get on those and check out those Simon Phillips videos. John Crocker, I want to thank you for educating me on drumming a lot. I grew up listening to 70s rock and roll, and I would like your opinion on Carl Palmer, but not only Emerson, Lake and Palmer, but King Crimson also. Was he the drummer in King Crimson for a while? I haven't listened to enough Carl Palmer to make any kind of, to have any knowledge on him. I need to listen to him a lot more. I have done a couple, I think at this point, videos on them, but it's not enough to really understand. This is what happened when I started on the John Bonham, for example, or started going down the Bill Ward rabbit hole. It took me a while to start recognizing some of the characteristics and some of the licks, I guess, that they often do, and yeah, so I'll stay away from making any big calls on Carl Palmer. He's obviously an amazing drummer, but other than that, I'm not too sure. What else we got here? RC Fun by Brad Huss. Hog for Life. Also love El Estepario Siberiano fan here. Hashtag the Groove Father. Yeah, man. El Estepario Siberiano. I mean, Here's a challenging idea for you guys, especially if you're from, if you're a little bit older, like me. Here's a challenging idea. Is Elestepario Siberiano, is he the modern day Dennis Chambers? Or Vinny? Or insert crazy level, the best of the best drummer here. I think a lot of older people would go, what? No way, he's just doing short clips and he's just fast and da 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 da. I don't know, man. I don't know. He's huge. I mean, that's what she said. I'm going to see how many subscribers is he up to now. I mean, this is the thing, right? He's just hit such a nerve with drummers. 2.35 million subs, Elestepario at this point. I think it's amazing. Like, I'm all for him. I just think it's just so cool. For me, as a drum teacher, I think what's especially satisfying is you've got someone like him who people will say, oh, he's a freak of nature, he's so talented, da da da. And he comes out and he could use all that to sell you guys on BS, or to sell people on BS, not necessarily you guys. But he doesn't. He just comes out and says, there's no smoke and mirrors here, there's no magic here, I'm not talented. Look at this video of me from 10 years ago. I wasn't good. And he just lays it out and says, this is practice. And for me, as a drum teacher, I mean, I've done whole podcast series on this kind of stuff. This whole talent excuse. Oh, I don't have the talent. Oh, I don't have the coordination. It's like, yeah, but did you practice for 10 hours a day for 5 years? He's telling you how he did it. And he's done a whole course on Drumeo, which you can do for free. Pick up my link on Drumeo, do his course for free. What have we got here? Roger Caruso. I believe Simon Phillips was the drummer when Pete Townsend did his solo stuff. I did not know that. Interesting. RC Fun by Brad Ass. He is the best of the best of drummers. From now on, will always looked up to. Speaking of Elestepario, yeah, I don't want to turn this into too much of an Elestepario Siberiano love fest, but yeah, I just think it's awesome. He's worked for it. He's worked for everything he's got. Hey guys, I am going to have to sign off now. So while I'm just getting back into these live videos, I'm going to keep them relatively short and sweet. And as I say, try and get to as many of your comments as I possibly can. We might have some themed live chats in the future, but it's quite nice leaving it open. I'm looking to do more drum teacher type stuff as well, like short little lessons or tips, technique stuff, maybe on the pad. Is probably the easiest way to do it. Let me know if that sounds like your type of thing. And yeah, I'm going to have to sign off. Daniel Melenda, have you heard of the band Porcupine Tree? Yes, I've done videos on them. Or video on them. Remember guys, there is a search function on my channel. Just type in Porcupine Tree on there. And saying that, maybe I don't have any Porcupine Tree. Pretty sure I did. Yeah, I did Way Out There. I did Hate Song and Anesthetize. And The Sound of Music, that Porcupine Tree. Quite Firm. Yeah, so yeah, check it out. Use that search function. Faith No More, question mark. I have done some Faith. There is Faith No More on the channel. So yeah, get on that. Would love to do more Faith No More. Be cool to do more like band drummer type people. We all know the super drummers like Simon Phillips who came up before, or Cal Palmer, you know, the real super drummers. We know they're amazing. They're always going to blow our minds. And it'll be great to do more sort of band drummer type drummers. Band drummers are always fascinating for me because they're so different. Sean Kinney, Alice in Chains, good example of it's just such an unusual style that you're not going to see from the super drummers. Super drummers can play a lot of stuff. They can play a lot of notes. They can play very fast. Can't play like Sean Kinney because he's got his own thing going on and you can't do it. You can't play like him. So yeah, I am going to have to go, guys. So it's been awesome talking to you. Remember, hit that subscribe button. If you're chatting to me, you're already subscribed, so thank you. What else do we need to mention? Patreon, if you want to get on that, you can check out all the blocked videos. Guaranteed requests via PayPal at the moment, although I am doing others. One recent one that comes to mind was the Austin Archie one. That was not a PayPal request. You guys just asked for it and I managed to sneak it on the schedule. And yeah, pick up that Drumeo free trial, get on it. There's also now the lalal.ai stem separation thing that I'm involved with now, that you probably saw that video pop up recently. Mind-blowing AI technology. You don't even need to be a drummer to use that. It is just so fun. Isolating vocals out of your favorite songs, or isolating that drums or whatever. It's just so cool. So many uses for it. It's just, yeah, go along and it's free. It's free. Just follow my link in the description. Go along and try it out. What's your favorite song? Put it in there. Let's say it's Bohemian Rhapsody. Isolate the piano. Isolate Freddie's vocals. You're a bass player. You want to clearly hear bass lines. Just isolate that bass. It's just so crazy. The fact that we can even do that now is mind-blowing. Anyway, I have to go. Let me go, please. Stop talking to me. All right, guys. Have an awesome day, and I will catch you tomorrow with another video. Take care. Ciao.